We're back to talking about Ray again, and this time the conversation feels heavier than ever. A video has surfaced that's left a lot of people shaken, confused, and honestly worried. In the clip, Ray is on stage doing what he does best, performing, pouring his energy into the crowd. But something about this moment feels different. The lights are bright, the music is loud, the audience is watching, and then people notice it. As he continues to sing, there are tears streaming down his face. At first, you might think it's just emotion. Maybe he's overwhelmed, maybe he's feeling the weight of everything. But when the camera zooms in, it becomes clear these aren't ordinary tears. What's running down his cheeks doesn't look like water at all. It appears dark, thick, almost like blood coming straight from his eyes. And that's the part that has everyone alarmed. Social media is exploding with questions, fans are expressing concern, and the footage is being replayed over and over as people try to understand what they just saw. Was it a medical issue? Was it part of the performance? Or is there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Whatever the explanation may be, one thing is certain. This moment has left people deeply unsettled, and the conversation around Ray just took a dramatic turn. This whole situation feels even heavier when you remember what Ray J said not too long ago. He went on record during that recent health scare and claimed he only had 3, maybe 4 months left to live. That's not a small statement. That's the kind of thing that stops people in their tracks. And now it's been about a month since he said that. So naturally, people are watching closely. They're paying attention to every appearance, every post, every performance. And I'll be honest, I've been monitoring what's going on with Ray J too, trying to figure out what's real, what's exaggerated, and what's possibly something else entirely. Now with this new video circulating, the one where he appears to have blood coming from his eyes, it raises even more questions. Is this connected to that health scare? Is this a visible sign that something is seriously wrong? Or could this be something staged? I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, if this turned out to be some kind of dramatic Halloween-style trick. You know how there are props where fake blood can leak from glasses, making it look like it's pouring straight from your eyes? Or maybe something applied close to the tear ducts to create that effect. It's possible. It would take planning. It would take preparation. And that's where the debate starts. Would Ray J actually go that far for shock value? If we're being real, yes, he's someone who has leaned into dramatic moments before. He understands viral attention. He knows how to get people talking. But just because it's possible doesn't mean that's what happened. I can't say that for a fact. None of us can, at least not yet. And that's why this whole thing feels so tense. There's a thin line between performance art and a genuine cry for help. And right now fans are stuck trying to figure out which side of that line this falls on. And to make matters even more confusing, he's also been seen performing while wearing what looks like a heart monitor. That detail alone has people spiraling. Is it proof that his health situation is serious? Is it symbolic? Is it part of the act? Every new clip just adds another layer to the mystery. Fans are confused. Some are worried. Others are skeptical. But no one is indifferent. Hey guys, this is daily and consistent content. And today we're diving straight into it because something about this story doesn't add up, and we need to talk about what's really going on. This entire situation just keeps getting more layered, more disturbing, and honestly more emotionally exhausting the deeper you look into it. Let's start with what has people so shaken right now. The footage of Ray J appearing to cry what looks like blood while performing. All of this happening shortly after his very public health scare. Now, I can't play the audio from the clip because his music is part of the performance, and that obviously creates copyright complications. But even without the sound, the visuals alone are enough to stop you in your tracks. He's on stage performing seemingly emotional, and then you see it, tears streaming down his face. But these don't look like normal tears. They appear dark, thick red. It genuinely looks like blood running from his eyes. And context matters here. This isn't just some random stage stunt happening in isolation. This is following his alarming statement not long ago where he said he had only 3 or 4 months to live. That kind of declaration doesn't just fade away. People remember that. Fans remember that. Critics remember that. So when a video surfaces showing him crying what appears to be blood, while also wearing what looks like a heart monitor or some type of cardiac device during the performance, it raises immediate red flags. Is this real? Is this medical? Is this theatrical? Is this a cry for help? Or is this calculated shock value? That's the tension. In the comment sections, reactions are all over the place. Some viewers are genuinely concerned. Others are skeptical. Some are outright mocking it. One person commented that as a recent heart transplant patient, they felt like he was playing everybody. Another said he thrives on attention. Someone even made a dramatic comment referencing Whitney getting revenge. And people were reacting loudly to that one. But beyond the jokes and speculation, there are people trying to approach it from a medical angle. One comment that stood out described a friend who experienced something similar, collapsing and bleeding from the eyes due to an internal ruptured vessel after straining while lifting heavy weights. That explanation introduces the possibility of a serious underlying condition. Extreme blood pressure spikes, trauma, or vascular rupture can cause alarming symptoms. However, here's the complication. Ray J isn't known for heavy weightlifting or extreme physical strain. So if this were medical, what triggered it? What was happening internally? And if it wasn't medical, then what exactly are we watching? Then there's the detail about him performing with what appears to be a heart monitor attached to his body. That alone adds another layer of confusion. Why would someone who recently spoke about having only months to live be performing on stage in high-energy settings? Why wear a visible medical device during a show? Is it symbolic? Is it part of the act? Is it proof of ongoing health complications? Or is it reinforcing a narrative? Some might argue he needs to work, that medical bills and financial obligations don't stop just because someone is unwell. That's a fair perspective. But it still leaves people unsettled seeing someone publicly declare a limited lifespan and then perform in a way that looks dramatic, even extreme. And here's the real question people keep circling back to. Are you buying this? Are you watching that footage and thinking, we judged him too harshly? Maybe something serious is going on. Or are you thinking, this feels staged? This feels theatrical. This feels like someone who understands that controversy equals conversation. Because here's the thing, Ray J has openly said in interviews that what matters most to him is being talked about, being relevant, being part of the cultural conversation. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. People are talking. Social media is debating. Clips are circulating. Now, let's pivot because this story doesn't exist in a vacuum. The broader entertainment world is already tense. The release of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein has reignited disturbing conversations about power, exploitation, secrecy, and abuse within elite circles. When imagery involving blood or unsettling symbolism surfaces in that cultural climate, it hits differently. It feels darker. It feels more eerie. I personally find the visual disturbing, not just because of what it looks like, but because of the timing. Blood imagery in a moment when conversations about exploitation and hidden networks are dominating headlines feels unsettling. Whether intentional or not, it feeds into an already charged atmosphere. And speaking of charged atmospheres, let's move into the ongoing situation surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. There's a separate but connected saga unfolding involving a man named Jonathan Hay, who has publicly accused Diddy of serious misconduct. These allegations include claims of assault and deeply troubling behavior. Hay has spoken about his experiences, and the situation has spiraled into legal action. Now enter C.J. Wallace, the son of the late, the notorious B.I.G. Wallace is reportedly furious over claims that he was involved in inappropriate activities connected to Diddy. According to reports, Wallace and his father's estate have labeled the accusations as complete fabrication. Here's where it escalates. Wallace is reportedly attempting to pursue a defamation lawsuit against Jonathan Hay. However, there's an issue. Hay allegedly cannot be located. Reports claim that attempts to serve him legal documents have failed multiple times, with process servers being unsuccessful on several occasions. In one instance, it's alleged that a family member claimed Hay had moved out. If true, that suggests avoidance. And avoidance in legal matters always raises eyebrows. Because here's the logic many people are applying. If you believe your claims are truthful and defensible, why avoid being served? Why not confront the legal process directly? On the other hand, legal battles are expensive, stressful, and overwhelming. Some people may avoid them out of fear, not guilt. But if Wallace's team cannot properly serve Hay, the defamation case stalls. And if allegations unravel or are proven false, the broader accusations risk collapsing. That's the high-stakes reality here. Now we move into something even darker. There has been reporting about a group calling themselves the Diddy Disciples. The very name is alarming. Law enforcement investigations reportedly uncovered that a member of this group possessed over 200 illegal files involving explicit material connected to minors. Some of the material was allegedly AI-generated, while other files reportedly contained real victims. This individual has been sentenced to prison time, 4 years to be served, with additional suspended time on probation. Many people find the sentence shockingly light, given the number of files reportedly involved. And here's where the deeper societal concern emerges. When powerful individuals are accused of misconduct and are seen for years being celebrated, awarded, elevated, it sends a dangerous message to younger generations. If someone appears untouchable, if they accumulate wealth and influence despite allegations, it can distort perception. Young men watching from a distance may internalize the wrong lesson. They got away with it. They were praised. They were successful. That's the toxic influence. Calling yourself a disciple of any controversial public figure tied to exploitation allegations suggests idolization of the wrong traits. It suggests admiration of power without accountability. That's where this becomes more than gossip. It becomes cultural commentary. Accountability matters not just for justice in the present, but for deterrence in the future. If consequences are perceived as minimal, deterrence weakens. That's the societal ripple effect. Now, stepping back, we're looking at 3 overlapping threads. A celebrity making alarming health claims and appearing on stage in a shocking visual moment. Ongoing legal battles involving allegations, denials, and potential defamation between high-profile names connected to Diddy. The disturbing discovery of individuals idolizing controversial figures and engaging in criminal behavior inspired by that admiration. It paints a chaotic picture of celebrity culture, power, influence, and spectacle. And here's something important to remember. Allegations are not convictions. Legal processes exist for a reason. Speculation can spiral quickly online, but real consequences unfold in courtrooms, not comment sections. With Ray J, we don't know whether the blood-like tears were medical, theatrical, or something else entirely. With the legal disputes surrounding Diddy and those connected to him, those matters are playing out through official channels. With the Diddy Disciples case, one individual has already faced sentencing, but investigations into broader networks may continue. What we do know is that people are shaken, confused, frustrated, angry, and when sentences feel light compared to the severity of alleged behavior, public outrage intensifies. When celebrities appear to blur the line between vulnerability and spectacle, trust erodes. When allegations swirl without clear resolution, uncertainty breeds suspicion. This is the environment we're in right now. So where does that leave us? It leaves us needing clarity. It leaves us needing verified information rather than viral assumptions. It leaves us recognizing that influence, especially celebrity influence, carries responsibility. If you're watching Ray J's performance and feeling uneasy, that reaction is valid. If you're skeptical, that's valid too. If you're disturbed by the broader cultural themes emerging from these cases, that's understandable. The key is separating performance from proof, allegation from evidence, speculation from fact. Because in today's digital landscape, shock spreads faster than truth. We'll continue watching how these stories unfold. We'll continue following verified updates. And we'll continue having conversations about influence, accountability, and the responsibility that comes with power. Let me know where you stand. Do you believe Ray J's situation is medical? Theatrical? Something else entirely? Do you think the legal battles connected to Diddy will escalate further? And what are your thoughts on the sentencing outcomes we're seeing in these related cases? These conversations aren't comfortable, but they're necessary. Stay informed, stay critical, and we'll talk again soon.